Thanks, Stephen, for sitting down with us. So you talked today about IQBots and what Automation Anywhere has with IQBot. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so the way automation works today is it works with what's called structured data. And only about 20% of the data in the world today is structured data. So it leaves the vast majority of data in the world today inaccessible to automation. So we wanted to bridge that gap. And so what we do with IQBot is we use cognitive technologies and machine learning to take unstructured and semi-structured data, make it structured, and then make it accessible to automation. So you're opening up an additional 80% of data to automation.
So that seems to be a theme around Driven right now. So one question that I always get is something that Automation Anywhere says on a regular basis. You guys have saved 750,000 FTEs of time, so full-time employees. Am I going to lose my job to a bot?
That is the number one question that we get when we go to talk to new customers, especially the business users, right? There is a giant gap between perception and reality when it comes to this subject. The vast majority of the information that business users are getting from social media or the news are from people like Bill Gates or Elon Musk, right? And the type of artificial intelligence that they're talking is vastly different from the reality of these types of business solutions, right? The whole concept of automation is to make your life more efficient and to make you more accurate, make things more secure. So if you're looking at like banking and financial information, it's going to be more accurate through a robot than, say, someone that's been working 12 hours a day doing that. Now, the reality that we see in the field is that they don't fire you once your job becomes more automated. They either have you do things that like you were hired to do. I'll give you a good example. There was a vice president of finance at a large government contracting firm. He's a vice president, he's an executive, and he told me he spends 90% of his day in Microsoft Excel and pivot tables, right? And so imagine what he could do. He probably wasn't hired to be an Excel junkie, right? So imagine if that portion of his day was now automated, or at least partially automated. You know, what else could he do? What type of creativity are you seeing? Now there's some other examples that I've seen that were actually quite remarkable and innovative. Was large organizations, they'll say, listen, if your job is now no longer needed because of automation, we'll train you on how to develop bots. So now, not only do they learn a new skill set, so if they move on, they're now a developer, but they're probably making more money. Yeah. They find a new skill set, something that they're passionate about versus data entry. But yeah, the vast majority of the organizations we're seeing, they're not, when we say replacing an FTE, it doesn't mean, here's your walking papers. It means we're going to either, find something else for you to do, or you're going to actually be doing the job that you're hired for. The technology is not the same as what, the Elon Musk of the world are talking about. So no, it's not what we're actually seeing in the field.
Well, that's some relief. Thank you for sitting down with us, and I hope you enjoyed Driven, and I look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you so much.